Right, okay. So can you put the short date and this learning objective on the paper you're working on, please, and then we'll get going. Okay, so pause the video while you're doing that, then press play when you're ready. Right, okay, so yeah, we're back to the videos. Okay, so just remember, just pause the video, and if you need to pause the video, please pause it. Okay, and you can go back and check over anything you're not too sure of, and just sort of work through it at your own pace, really. Okay, so let's have a little look. So as the learning objective states, we're working at algebraic equations, but we're going to be using something called the balance method. So say, for example, if we've got x minus 4 is equal to 6, what we're doing then, if we want to find an equation, solve an equation, we have to find the value of x. Okay, so we're finding the solving an equation, you find the value of the letter. Okay, so in this case, okay, it's pretty straightforward. If I was to just change that x to a question mark, you would just say, what number take away 4 is 6, and of course 10 take away 4 is 6, so the answer there would be 10. So in this case, that's x there, x is equal to 10. Okay, so I need to state at the bottom of my equation the value of the letter. Okay, the value of letter, in this case x would be equal to 10. Now, in a lot of the work we're doing today, you will be able to work it out in your heads without doing the method I'm going to show you, but you must learn this method. Okay, let's just do one more example here. So if we've got 2x plus 8, what is the value of x? Okay, so we've got here, remember this is the invisible times sign, so this is kind of the same as 2 times something, isn't it? 2 times something is 8, and that something would be 4. Okay, so x would be 4, 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, ooh, put an x there, what am I doing? Okay, right, so x is equal to 4 in that case. So we've solved the equation. Okay, but now I'm going to show you the method that you need to use in order to do them. Now I know you can do these in your head, a lot of you will be able to, but you do need to use this method, because when it gets much harder, you won't be able to do them in your head, I can assure you. So let's look at this question. A plus 4 is equal to 21. Now what we want to be left with is, on this side of the equation, okay, on this side of the equal sign, we want a, okay, to find the value of a. Now therefore we want to get rid of this plus 4. All we want is a to be left on this side of the equal sign. Okay, on this side of the equal sign we need a. So in order to do that, we need to get rid of this plus 4. Okay, now this is called the balance method. So but to get rid of this plus 4, all I need to do is take 4 away from it. So I'm going to put a minus 4 above it and circle it. Okay, now it's called the balance method. So whatever I do on one side of the equation, I balance it by doing the same on the other side. Okay, minus 4. So there I've balanced that out by taking 4 away from both. Now if I've now by taking away 4 here, that's just left me with a. Now I have to do the same on the other side, and I've done the same on the other side. So 21 take away 4, 21 take away 4 is 17. So a equals 17. Let me just check that. 17 plus 4 is 21. Okay, so that is an example of how it's done. Now on your paper, we'll work through this next example together. Okay, we'll work through this next example together. So just write down, please. Let's go with a take away 6 is equal to 17. Could you just write that down, please? And I just want us to do the same, just work together using the method. Okay, so underneath we're going to keep our equal sign in line, and we're just going to get A there because that's what we want to be left with. Okay, so can we do that as well, please? What we're going to do now is, remember, this is a negative 6. A negative 6. Remember when we're finding, when we're looking for like terms, the negative sign is there, so it's a negative 6. So therefore, to get rid of that negative 6, because I want to be left with A here, so I want to get rid of this negative 6, I add 6 to it. So could we please then do that, okay? Like I have there. You don't have to use different colors. So now we've done a positive 6 there. That's got rid of that negative 6 and left us with A, because minus 6 plus 6 is 0. It's called the balance method. So we have to balance both sides of the equation by doing exactly the same thing. Okay, it's balancing it out. Okay, so then we do a plus 6 there. Okay, so can we make sure we write that down? Now we do the calculation. 17 plus 6 is 23. Okay, if we write in the answer, so here we have 23 take away 6 is 17, and that is correct, isn't it? Okay, can you please make sure you have that written down in your book nice and neatly, please? Okay, pause the video if you need to write that down, but you should have done it as we were going along. Okay, right, let's have a look at this question. 30 is equal to C take away 7. 30 is equal to C take away 7. Now you can see here on this one, the letter is on the other side of the equation. Now I can just solve that nice and easily, okay? Because with an equal sign, it doesn't matter what side the numbers are. All an equal sign tells me this side, the value on this side is the same as that. So this tells me that 4 is equal to 2 plus 2, okay? Because 4 is equal to 4. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that, about what side the letter is. I think the easiest way to do this is just to swap them over. So now I'm going to put C take away 7 on this side of the equation and 30 on the others, on that, okay? And that is the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to swap them over. So could you write that original one down, please, and then write this, how I've swapped it underneath as well. Okay, and then we'll go through how we calculate it. Right, so again, we need to be left with C on this side of the equation. So that means I'm going to just get rid of that now. That means I want to get rid of this minus 7. To get rid of that minus 7, I have to add 7 to it, because minus 7 plus 7 is 0. Okay? And I'm going to circle that. It's called the balance method, so that means I have to do exactly the same on the other side of the equation to balance it out. 30 plus 7 is 37. And let's just see if I'm right. 37 take away 7 is 30. Yes. Okay. One more, then you can have a go at it for yourself. Okay. Right. Let's go with 7 plus D is equal to 25. Okay. So let's have a little look here. So again, I want to be left with D on this side of the equation. I want to find the value of D, and I want to put on this side of the equation. This is a positive 7, because, although it's not yet, because it's got no sign there. So I know that's a positive 7. To get rid of that positive 7, I have to take 7 away from it, and I have to do the opposite. Therefore, I'm going to take 7 away on this side, because it's the balance method. 25 take away 7, 18. 18 plus 7, 7 plus 18 is 25. Okay. Right, have a go with these ones, please. Now you must set them up like this. So you write the question, and then you do the circling. Okay, what you do, show me the circling, and then the answer underneath. You do not just put the answer. Okay, I know some of you can work that out. Have a go at these 4 questions. Write them out, okay, then answer them underneath. Okay, pause the video while you're doing that. Press play when you are done. So have a go at those, copying them out properly, please. Okay, pause the video. Right, okay, so this is what you should have in your books. And please, you remember, you've got to send me your work, so I will be checking this, okay? So we've got A take away 14 equals 8. So there, we want to get rid of this negative 14 because we want to be left with A. So we're going to put a positive 14. Positive 14 there equals 22. Okay, so you should have that for the first one. Let's have a little look at the second one. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. Okay, so we've got B plus 11 equals 26. So I want to get rid of this positive 11 by taking 11 away. And that means, because it's the balance method, I do the same on the other side. Okay, so that will leave me with 15 on this side. B is equal to 15. The value of B is 15. Yep, 15 plus 11, that's correct. Okay, good. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next one on there. So the answer to this one, again, let's do the, so I'm going to take away 12, take away 12. C is equal to 19. Okay, and then on this last one, remember, I'm going to swap them over. D take away 7 equals 23. So I'm going to add 7 to there, add 7 to there. So D becomes equal to 30, and 30 take away 7. Yep, that's correct. So mark those, please mark those. Hopefully you've marked those as we've gone along. Okay. Now I'm going to just show you another type of question. So this one, it's 2a is equal to 18, and again we have to find the value of a. Okay, so this time I have to get rid of this 2. Now remember, this is in the invisible times sign here, isn't it? So this is 2 times a. So in order to get rid of that, because it's a times, I'm going to have to do the opposite of times, which is divide. So I'm going to divide that by 2. Okay, so 2a divided by 2 gives me a. Okay, because it's that invisible times, I divide. Because I divide on this side, I divide on the other as well. Okay, so how many 2's are in 18? 9. So a is equal to 9. So this time, okay, I'm just going to divide them both. Okay, because this is a multiplication. So let's have a little look at another one. Okay, so let's have a look at 4x is equal to 28. Now I want to be left with x on this side of the equation. Okay, therefore I want to get rid of this 4 times, and I do the opposite of times, which is divide. So I'm going to divide that by 4. It's called the balance method. So I have to balance out the equation and do the same on the other side. So, okay, 4x divided by 4 is x, so I'm fine there. And 28 divided by 4 is 7. Okay, if we could just write this one down in our books, please. Okay, write this one down in our books. So we got 4x equals 28, and then we're dividing both sides by 4 to leave us x equals 7. So if we could write that one down in your book, because it'll be useful to refer to. Okay, pause the video if you need to pause the video while you do that. Right, let's have a look at this next one. Y divided by 5, y over 5 is equal to 10. Y over 5 is equal to 10. So remember, this is y divided by 5. Y divided by 5. Again, I just want to be left with y at the bottom of my equation. Okay, so this time, because this is y divided by 5, I need to times my y by 5, because I'm doing the opposite. Because it's being divided by 5, I'm going to times it by 5, because then 5y divided by 5 is y. Okay, because it's called the balance method, I times 5 on the other side as well. Okay, so therefore This leaves me 5y divided by 5 is y. 10 times 5 is 50. Y is equal to 50. And let's have a think. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Could you write this one down as well, please? Copy this one down, please, just to perhaps remind you about them. Okay. Pause the video briefly if you need to while you're doing that. Okay. I'll just show you one more example of those. Okay, one more example of those. Let's have a look at this one. X divided by 3 is equal to 12. So I have to find the value of x. So remember, I want to be left with just x on this side of the equation. Okay, so as this is x divided by 3, if I times this by 3, times by 3 on this side, I've got now 3x divided by 3, which leaves me with x. Okay, and that means, therefore on this side I have to do the same, times by 3. So x is equal to 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Yes, that is correct. Now, have a go please at these 4 questions. Have a go at these 4 questions. Pause the video while you're doing them, please. Pause the video while you're doing them, and then we'll very quickly go over them at the end. Okay? Right, let's have a little look. Okay, let's have a little look. So I'm just going to go straight onto here. So yeah, so it's 5 times a. So therefore I'm going to have to divide. So therefore, if I divide 5a by 5, that leaves me with a. I'm going to divide the other by 5. A is equal to 6. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question. Actually, I'll do it underneath. I'll do the next question underneath anyway. 12b is equal to 36. Okay. So again, I want to get rid of this 12, and it's 12 times b. So I'm dividing by 12. Because it's the balance method, I have to do the same on both sides. 12b divided by 12 is b. Okay, how many 12s in 36? 3. Okay. 12 times 3 is 36. Let's have a quick look at c over 4. C over 4. C divided by 4. In fact, I'll do that one straight on here. Because that's c divided by 4, I'm just going to times it by 4. Okay. I'm going to do the same on the other side because it's the balance method to balance it out. Okay. And that leaves me with c. Okay. Oh, it's a big number, this one, isn't it? C equals, I've got to do 24 times 4. If you can't do that in your head, you do 24 times 4 and you do your written method, isn't it? Okay, that will be 96. Well done if you got that. And let's have a look at the last one. Okay, again, they're just around the wrong way, so I'm just going to put d over 3 is equal to 7. Okay, so I know it's d divided by 3, so I'm going to times d by 3. Okay, by times and by 3, because then it's 3d divided by 3, which will give me d. Okay, times by 3 on the other side. D is equal to 21. Right, okay, so if you're not too sure about any of these, you can always go back and re-look at the video. Okay, now I will be online on the chat, ready when you're doing these. Okay, so I'm there for help. Can you please have a go at these? Don't just, of course, ask for help if you need help, but go back and look through the video and try and work it out for yourself. It's much better if you do it that way. Okay, so can we please have a go at these for the rest of the lesson? When you've done them all, that's you done. If you run out of time and the lesson is finished, just do as many as you can. Okay, so have a go at these. Right, good luck with those. I'll speak to you before the next video anyway. From these basics, we will be making them, sort of building up to much harder ones. And in just these 3 lessons before Christmas, we'll actually be able to do some quite good equations, I'm sure of it. Okay, right, good luck with that, everyone. Bye.